lunchtime live. Talking just about some ideas with my putting. So we're going to talk about just some of the ideas I'm going to try and use for my next game when I'm putting, just how I'm going to try and find some feelings that are missing. This is just a lunchtime live, guys. Don't worry, I'm getting a few comments about the lives a minute, like saying, I hope this isn't replacing anything. These are just basically little add-ons. I've got a bit of time as my lunch is making just to share with you some ideas around my putting, because I know lots of people are really talking about it at the moment, and I want to just kind of, you know, tell you what I'm thinking, because I know you struggle like I am with my putting at the minute and those kind of things. Hi, Bra. Hi. Hello, Mark. Hello. So post comments. I will try and read the comments as well. Obviously, it's just me doing this, so I'll do my best to answer as much as you as possible. Hi, Bra. Hello from Denmark. Hello there, Mr. Nielsen from Denmark. Thanks for watching. We're talking putting today. If you've missed the start of the live feed, what are you having for lunch, Steve Evans? A little bit of soup, Steve. I'm back on the soup, bruh. So, yeah. Anyway, right, ideas with my putting. So, first thing, I'm going back to my old putter. So, not this one. The one I'm actually going to game is in my car, which is why I'm putting with this one. So, it's the newer version of this Versa 9. If we just let's come in on the hole, actually, and it'll show you it. So it's the Versa 9. I've got my Master's grip on the other one as well. This is my original one. It's got the new face on the new one, which I don't really care for or not. Like, I'm not seeing any difference. But I'm going back to this shape. I want to sounds a bit low. Sounds a bit low. Is everyone getting the sound a little bit low, guys? Let me know if the sound's a bit low. I will try and turn it up a little bit. Let me know if that sound is better. Hey Mark, coming from South Africa, love the channel, thank you. Cavan Lang, is that right? No, I've turned the audio up, so hopefully that is a little better. Let me know if that audio is a little better. Afternoon, bro, glad you've got a nice weather, blooming horrible up north. Well, it's very windy and it can be quite wet here as well. In between the showers, it is quite nice. Little low, well, that's as loud as I can get it at the minute. So just turn your volumes up. I'm going to bang it up a little bit more. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if that is a little better on the audio. As everyone knows in the live feeds, I'm still fighting with the audio. Sounds good, DJ. What's better to practice, direction or pace? From Dan. Well, direction and pace. You have to do both because they're the same thing in lots of ways. I mean, practicing through gates, that kind of thing, Dan, is good, and trying to get the ball start through gates, you know, so start direction is like where you want it. But if you start the ball in the right direction on the wrong pace on a breaking putt, which, let's face it, got to be over 90% of your putts you play are going to be breaking, it ain't going to go in. So I work on a bit of both. So what I'm working on mainly at the minute with my putting, I'm just changed my ball position a little bit. So I've moved it to, there's an echo, is there? Okay, I'll work on the echo as well. So look, I've just moved my ball position. If I get straight onto the camera, there you go, it's a bit better. I used to have it very forwards. This means I would catch the putt very much kind of on the leftward part of my stroke, and then I would toe it, which would start it a bit right, and then that kind of evened everything out. Now, what I'm doing is I'm starting with the ball less, so almost middle, kind of where this microphone is, so almost the middle of my chest, just left of center, which is getting my stroke hitting the ball a little bit more now, kind of in the middle of my stroke, so not on the leftward part, I'm catching it kind of on the zero part a bit more. So if I ever measure my putting stroke on Sam Putt Lab, basically, it's going like 2 or 3 up to 4 degrees left as I hit the ball. Where if I move that ball position, just having it a little further back, I get it a bit more at my zero. Let me just try this for the audio as well. Let me know if that helps a bit, if you're getting... yeah, there you go. The sound's coming through your tablet, picking up in the mic. I've just muted it on the tablet. Thanks for whoever that was. So let me know if there is an audio double up now. Let me know. And I'll obviously make sure I've got it on that send. Pat and Lad, place your eyes. What do you think of the biggest misconception of putting from course to course, putt to putt? That's a difficult question. Very difficult question to answer. I'm not sure the misconceptions of putting. I'm not sure there are one. I mean, I think lots of people practice putting along straight lines for a long time, and then what happens is they're obviously not putting along straight lines very often when they're out playing. So I see lots of very rigid stroke practice, where I like to see a bit more dynamic line pace, start direction practice, and situation practice a bit more. So what I'm finding, yep, good work. What have I sorted it out? The audio sounds perfect now. Great. Cool. That's something to remember. Thanks, Matt Young. So by moving this ball position, what I'm finding is I'm hitting the putt a bit more in the middle of the blade, which gives me a little bit more starting direction consistency. And then at the same time, that better strike just feels so much more solid on the face. You know, it feels so much nicer. So there's no kind of issues when I'm striking the ball, worrying that I'm not going to get the right distance subject to my strike, which has kind of been happening recently. I've been kind of striking the ball poorly with the putter. I remember saying it to Matt somewhere, and he was like, striking it? Like, that was a good strike. What do you mean? Well, I've just been striking it so bad. I feel like my distance control had been pretty awful. So really, for me, the main thing is a ball position change. So in effect, my stroke is the same. I'm just catching a different part of my stroke. The other thing I've noticed as well, as I've done more putting on sand putt labs and things like that, is I'm very up as I hit the ball. I can get up to 4 up as I come through to hit the ball. So my angle of attack can get up to 4 up, which again gets me hitting it a bit out the bottom of the blade. And then I found my long putting recently hasn't been as good. Again, that strike just costing me on distances. Distance control army from Ed Mason. Yeah. I've recently been through the custom fit route. What difference in condition, how comfortable it feels over the ball? Should have been done years ago. Yes, Tim, absolutely. I mean, getting custom fit for putters, I think, is really, really key. Do you practice strike location with putter, also practice manual toe heel center practice? Yeah, I kind of do. I don't so much. I try and practice more at the middle. I literally try and get it so I can move it on my putter very easily because it's traveling so slow. I don't feel like I need to practice dynamic striking. I just need to practice trying to find that middle and a stroke ball position setup that allows me to do that more often. Come to Australia, Matthew, that's kind of in talks at the minute, so we might be coming to Australia. Don't worry about that. We'll let you know if we are. So the ball position change is changing my strike. Then in turn, that's changing my pace stroke start direction. How did that not go in? Post comments down below. Not missed one yet. Let's just miss one. Hi Mark. Hi Ollie. And then in turn, not hitting it so much on the way up is helping my strike low and high. So I'm hoping the ball position is going to give me some feel to kind of get back out there and putt. The thing I really don't like, which I've never had to do, bad strike for me is closed face, too much shaft lean or coming up out of the putt and de-accelerating. Happy Bob, I'm not sure if that's a question or a statement. What do counterbalance putters bring to our game? So counterbalance putters might help players get a feeling of the head overtaking. So in effect, making this end heavier might allow you to feel like this is slowing down and the bottom end is speeding up a little bit more. Kind of similar to anchoring feelings, where if you're someone who tends to like really hold, I think Rory tends to do it a bit. I think Rory McIlroy's very much this way on the way through, kind of shaft leaning, held off. It always looks. So I don't think counterbalance would make a big enough difference for him, but for some people you can just see them letting the head actually overtake a little bit more with counterbalance. But it's very player specific, basically. Any short putting drills? I like to chuck them out there, so I'm hitting the same one here more because of camera position, but normally if I was putting here, I'd putt from kind of every angle, try not to have any consistency of line. Obviously I start learning the lines because it's my green at home here, but I like to try and keep it quite spasmodic. I like to try and keep it quite spasmodic in its, in the distances, so kind of working the way back, those kind of ideas as well, just to put that little bit of competitive edge on it. because I know I putt very differently in situation than I do in practice. So it's always trying to practice those two things, isn't it? Making sure that you're practicing situation as well as loving the live videos. Thank you. Yeah, everyone, this is just an add-on to my content. This isn't anything kind of, I've done live videos for a long time. So don't worry, the reviews aren't going anywhere when we do the live testing. It's just kind of to show you some numbers and how they happen. It won't make the reviews stop as such. Mark, thoughts on, oh, I missed that one. Stuck in, brah. It is the S1693. Stuck in, indeed. So I do this drill that you'll see on the floor quite a lot with the balls all kind of lined up. Distance control drills, trying to get the ball to stop between two marks is good. So put 2 coins down, don't putt to the hole. See if you can stop it on a line. Let's see how far. Anyone predictions? How far? How many balls am I going to go back before I miss one? 2. Oh, that's my bad putt. That's the one I want to get rid of. It is a toey push. So that one I towed it. So call it out the toe. Ball started more right, a toey push. Left to right putts, I'm doing that one a lot at the minute because I'm just missing them low so often. Mark, what happened to the other putter you changed to? The 2-ball, it's still kicking around inside. Lol, indeed, went back 2. Will I go back further than, well, 1 really I hold this time. How many this time? Do you reckon I'll go back further? First one's always got the most pressure, I think, in this game. Oh, pressure's on. How many back, people? Sam Putler was the best experience I've had. Thinks it knocked 3 or 4 shots off my round. Richard, I agree. Sam is fantastic. So do you reckon I can go back another one? Ho, ho, ho. Yes, please. 4, someone's called. How many have I hold already, Mr. 4? I've hold 4. Yeah, right, I get you. So you don't want this one to go in, do you? 4, 3. Someone just said, but I've already held 4, unfortunately, for that comment. That's in. Oh, come on, guys. Can I find it? If I refine my putting, poor old coach ain't going to know what's hitting because I'm hitting the ball okay. You know what golf's like, though. Find my putting. Oh, this is phenomenal stuff. And then I'll start hitting the ball scabby. That's my push. But still take that. That gives me confidence. That gives me kind of a feel of where that ball position is definitely changing my strike. It's changing my strike enough to make me feel like I can control the ball. So 6, someone's just called there. How many did I hold? There's 3, 6, 7. Yes, please. So look, guys, simple, damn it. Simple ball position change is definitely giving me a bit more confidence to strike the ball in a different place. So think about the stroke. It's doing a curve. I'm going into square to in. If I hit that ball on the later part of that curve, so I have the ball so far forward in my stance, I'm going on the leftward track. So I'm then struggling with my lines for where a straight starting putt will go because my path's going so far left. My face tends to want to marry up to its path. It's actually the toe strike that sends it back online sometimes, and I'm trying to actually get rid of that. In putting, sometimes it's such a simple kind of little idea and feeling to change it, but that can change strokes or shots off your game. It's certainly helping out here. The bigger question, which we don't know, Jordan, yeah. Have you ever tested using a ball line versus eye testing? I don't like ball lines. I spend too long lining them up. And I second guess them as well. I like to just go with my instincts. So yeah, just the simple little changes sometimes I think can change such a big amount of strokes for golfers, where getting someone to change their driver, swing and those kind of ideas sometimes can take a lot longer. And this is a part of the game I think lots of you could really take a bit more time and have maybe a few more lessons and improve. Right, my soup's ready now. I hope that's helped anyone. It's certainly a little kind of look into what my putting's doing or what I'm trying to do with my putting. And I think the big thing as well, which is always interesting for me, is that I'm always so on test, because obviously you watch every round I play. So we're going to Italy next week, so you'll see some videos coming from there, and obviously it's going to reflect on if this has worked or not, which is why I love doing it. It's like a live, real, is coaching helping, my coaching helping me in this instance, and can it be help, those kind of ideas. Post comments down below. As always, thumbs up to the live videos if you're loving them. Don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Tonight's daily vlog's a fun one. And I'm not sure what review's on tonight, but there is a review. I can't remember. It might be something else, actually. If it is what I'm thinking it is, it's hilarious. You'll love it. Thanks all for watching. I'm having my lunch now. Go and have your lunch.